Yo, today we are going to be going over text editors. A text editor is a program that allows us to create and edit text files. Simple stuff. You've probably heard of Vim, Nano, Emacs, and V is the oldest, but it's basically on every flavor of Linux or any like Unix-based system. So you'll see that one everywhere. And V and Vim can be tricky to learn. So Nano is fairly easy. It's not too hard to learn. V and Vim, there's a lot of keyboard shortcuts you can do, and once you really get it down, it's fast. You can really improve your efficiency, but when you're learning, not so much. But let's get right into it. So we'll start with Vim. So we'll open a terminal. Let's see where we are, as we learned in the last couple of videos. List. So we're just in the home directory. So we'll make a directory, and we'll call it text editor. Oh my goodness, I can't spell text editor. And we'll change directory into text editor. We'll print our working directory as we learned. Great, clear the screen, and let's get into it. So Vim stands for V improved. It's just V but with more features. And it turns out Vim is not pre-installed on Debian 12, which is what I'm running, but it might not be installed on whatever version of Linux you're running. So to install it, we can run a sudo apt update. It'll ask for your password, and everything's updated. And then we can run a sudo apt install Vim. I already have it installed, but if you don't, it'll take a second, and then you will have it installed, and then we'll clear the screen. The first thing to note is that Vim has multiple modes. The most important ones are normal mode, which is the default. So when you enter a text file with Vim, you'll have normal mode on, and this is for simple navigating and editing. You can switch to any mode from this mode, but you can't do this with any other modes. This will make sense in a second. In normal mode, you can move the cursor, but can't edit text, and to enter normal mode, you press escape, your escape key. There's another mode called insert. So this is how you edit the contents of a file, and to enter this, you just press I. And the last mode we'll talk about is the command line mode. So this is for operations like saving your file or exiting. So to enter this, you press the colon. I have to do shift and colon. And now let's create a file with Vim. So we can do Vim, and we'll do this one, story text. So now the text editor is open and ready for us to insert some text. So to insert some text, if we try to insert it right off the get-go, pressing any key, nothing happens. You can probably hear my keys because I have a clicky keyboard, so nothing happens. So we press I to go into insert mode, and at the bottom down here it says insert. That's how we know we're in insert mode. So now we can type. So you type just normally. We can just write a little story. The duck went to the pond. He waddled all the way there. He ate a bug. He picked up a stick. Just writing whatever. So you press enter to go to the next line like this. We can write duck again. To leave insert mode, we press escape again. And once we're in normal mode, so escape is normal mode, we can press colon. So I gotta press shift, colon, and this is command line mode. So with command line mode, we can do operations like quit Vim, save your file, save and quit. So let's quit Vim. So we'll do Q for quit, press enter. Oh, but what happened? So we didn't save it. So if we quit without saving, obviously our file won't be saved. So what we could do is we can enter command line mode, do quit, exclamation point. This will quit the file and won't save anything. So our file just won't exist anymore. We wrote this beautiful story from nothing. So we don't want to do this. So what we'll do is not do that. So we can do write. So W is write, press enter. Now the file's saved. So if we escape, colon, quit, now it's quit, and if we list, our text file is still there. So what we can do is open the text file again, and we'll press I to go into insert mode, press enter, and we'll add one more line, testing. We'll press escape to go back to normal mode, and we'll press colon to go to command line mode, and we can write WQ. This is write quit. So the last time we did this, we did write, enter, then quit, enter. If we do WQ in the same line, it'll write and quit at the same time. So enter, and now back to Vim story text. Our changes are still there. So here are some useful commands you're probably going to use in Vim all the time. YY is how you copy a line, so we can press YY, and then if we go to the bottom and press P for paste, it'll paste it. He had a bug, he had a bug, he had a bug, he had a bug. And we can use DD to delete lines. We can do DD, 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 DD. That's how you delete lines. And we can also do, we can go right here and do, let's do 2YY. This will copy this line and this line. We can do 3YY to copy these 3 lines, 4YY, copy these 4 lines, and it starts at the cursor. So let's do 3YY actually. And if we do paste, it should paste this. So we go to the bottom, P, and it did. And we can do the same with delete. So we can delete all this by doing 3DD. It's all deleted. So some more shortcuts are we can do GG to move to the first line of the file. So GG, there we go. We can press capital G, so Shift and G to move to the last line. We can press 0 to move to the beginning of a line. So if we go to the middle or the end or whatever, 0, we're at the beginning of the line. We can use the $ sign to move to the end of the line. We can press W to move to the beginning of the next word. So W, 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 W. We can press B to move to the beginning of the previous word. We can press L, capital L, to move to the bottom of the screen. And we can do capital H to move to the top of the screen. And we can do capital M to move to the middle of the screen. So we can also search for things. So in normal mode, which remember is pressing the escape key, you can press slash and then search for a word. So if we want to search for bug, it'll show us bug is right there. And if we enter the command line mode, we can use the command set, we can use the command set number, press enter, and this numbers are lines, which is kind of nice. And now that the lines are numbered, we can move to a certain line by doing, let's say we want to move to line 4. We can do 4, capital G, moves us to 4. We can do 1, capital G, moves us to line 1. And so you can also move with the H, J, K, and L keys. That's left, down, up, right. Or you can use the arrow keys. A lot of people like to use H, J, K, and L because they're more efficient as you get used to it. And the last thing is, so with Vim, so we'll exit the text editor. So we'll do right quit. And you can type in Vim tutor. This will just give you a short tutorial. It should take about 30 minutes. It says 30 minutes right here to complete. So if you want to get a really in-depth Vim lesson, you can just follow all this. And it talks about insertion, appending, editing a file. It'll go more in-depth than what we just talked about. And now we're doing Nano. I am a Nano guy. I just find it easier. It's really easy to work with. We're going to do Nano. We'll do story 2. Okay, what are we going to write? We can do I rode to the store, I got food and drinks, and went home and ate dinner, and we can just write some hoopla because we're just trying to get stuff down. Here's what we can do with Nano. So to save the file, we do Control O and enter. So the file is saved. We can exit with Control X. We can do a list, see the files right there. It's story2.txt. We can Nano back into it. Story2.txt. To cut text, we can do Control K. To paste text, we can do Control U. To search text, we can do Control W. We can search for, let's do diner. I guess I spelled dinner wrong. Search. There it is right there. To go to a certain line, we can do Control Shift underspace, and we can enter a line. So we'll do 2. We'll go to I got food. Control A will move to the beginning of the current line. Control E, end of the current line. Control V is moving down one page, and Control Y is moving up one page.